Theobroma, the genus from which the cocoa tree comes from, originated millions of years ago in the east of the Andes in South America. There is no consensus on where the cocoa tree originates, but there are many scientific claims concerning the origin and location of the cocoa tree. Some believe the cacao tree originated in the upper Amazon region, as the rainforest offers a high level of plant diversity. Others think that it originated in the northeast of Colombia due to the presence of a large cacao tree gene pool. The last two proposed origin locations are the Andean foothills and Guatemala. These locations show an ease of dispersal that caused two cacaos to split into two subspecies. The two subspecies have spread throughout Central and South America. While there is no general consensus as to where the cocoa tree was cultivated, it is believed that the plant originated in the Amazon basin. It is believed that the people of South America never used the plant to make chocolate, but they did use the plant for sweet pulp it contains. It is not entirely known as to whether the plant was already domesticated by the time it extended into southern Mesoamerica, or if it was domesticated upon its arrival. The chocolate process was then discovered by Mesoamericans upon its arrival. Within the last 10 years, information regarding the origins of cultivated cocoa has surfaced. Cocoa grains were discovered in carved stone vessels that dated back to 3000 BC. These vessels were used by Mayo-Chinchipe people in Ecuador. Therefore, it is believed that they could have domesticated a chocolate-like substance or drink and passed it on to the Mesoamericans, but they doubt that it was true chocolate. Therefore, these are the earliest domestications of chocolate, but it is not known for sure exactly where it was first domesticated. Cocoa tree domestication has been occurring for hundreds of years. Therefore, the wild-type ancestor plant of the cocoa tree and the modern plant demonstrate several differences. The four traditional subspecies of Theobroma are the Criollo, the Forastero, the Trinitario, and the Nacional. Today, there are over 40 subspecies of Theobroma after years of being genetically tangled and crossbreeding. In regards to cultivation and fermentation, the cocoa tree likely had a higher rate of return to pre-Columbian peoples. This is because the pre-Columbian people are known to have harvested cacao in modest, garden-style plantings near forest streams, as opposed to the modernized plantations that are huge and neatly manicured. Today, there are billions of dollars in research that go to studying cocoa tree disease resistance and yield. Researchers are aware that pre-Columbian people had a higher rate of return and are studying how easily grow hardier stock that will produce a larger crop. Additionally, the length of fermentation the seeds and pulp undergo become cacao nibs has become longer. Originally, beans would be fermented from anywhere between 1 to 5 days. Now, both the Criollo and Forester beans take at least 5 to 6 days for fermentation. The cocoa bean is said to have been brought to Europe when Christopher Columbus returned from his fourth trip to the Americas between 1502 and 1504. However, because of other precious cargo on board, the cocoa beans are said to have been ignored. It wasn't until around 1528 when Spanish conquistador Don Hernán Cortés realized their commercial value. He brought the beans back to Spain. Over the next 100 years, drinking chocolate became a custom and quickly spread across Europe. As the popularity of chocolate grew, more countries began cultivating it. As demand for the cocoa plant grew, cocoa plantations were established across the West Indies, Asia, and Africa. The price began to fall due to the massive increase in production, and chocolate started to become more freely available to the public. This was opposed to the wealthy elite that it was typically reserved for.